It's time for Wrestling Trivia Challenge. And here's your host, the owner of NoDQ.com, Aaron Rift.
Welcome, everyone, to the season finale of Wrestling Trivia Challenge here on NoDQ.com and the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Aaron Rift NoDQ. Today is the epic Champion of Champions match for the NoDQ Wrestling Trivia Championship. What a match we have in store for you guys today. Let me introduce our contestants. All Wrestling Trivia champions at one time or another. First, we have from Nova Scotia, we have Chris, one of only 3 people to defeat Jeff Meacham. How's it going, Chris?
It's going good. You know, last week I took down David to get my spot back in this triple threat, and I'm here to take back that title and become the 2-time champion.
Right on. And we also have the man who hosted most of Season 3 of Wrestling Trivia Challenge. He defeated Jeff Meacham back at the end of Season 1 of Wrestling Trivia Challenge. He is the PA sensation, Mr. Gregory Cherry. How's it going, Greg?
Not too bad. And you know, I would do some like cocky, I'm going to win the title thing, but this is going to be the toughest match I've ever had between Chris and Jeff, because I hosted the match where the two of them tied each other, and it was dramatic till the end. So I'm not going to say I'm going to come out and crush these guys, because in all likelihood, it's going to be close, and it's going to be a great matchup like the two of these guys had in that episode 5 matchup. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if you can tell. I'm shaking. I'm so nervous because this is going to be such a good match.
Yeah, I think we're all a bit nervous here. This is quite the matchup we have here. A lot of hype going into this match. And in my opinion, this is the biggest wrestling trivia match we've ever had on NoDQ.com. Maybe ever in the entire internet wrestling community. But now, let's go ahead and introduce the champion. He has been the dominant force of Wrestling Trivia Challenge since its inception. He seems to be unstoppable. Can somebody finally stop him today in this Champion of Champion matches? Ladies and gentlemen, the undisputed, undefeated, almost, not quite, but close, reigning, defending, Wrestling Trivia Champion, good old JM, Jeff Hefe Meacham. How's it going, Hefe?
Well, I was trying to count 4 times, but you didn't miss that subtle cue. Yeah, I'm here, and let's just get it going.
All right, Jeff. Jeff says the talking's done. It's time to get down to business, if you will.
If you will.
All right, guys. So we will be doing 30 questions today. Each of you will get 10 questions. I have divided the 30 questions into 10 orbits. Each orbit consists of 3 questions, each of you getting a question per orbit. Now, you each have 1 skip as usual, 1 skip, so use it wisely. And Jeff, you will be going first, Greg, you will be going second, and Chris, you will be going third for each orbit. And if one person misses his question, the next person in the orbit will have the first opportunity to answer that question. If he misses it, then the next person after that will have an opportunity. And if he misses it, nobody gets the question. Now, any other questions you guys have, or are you ready to start this match?
Well, there's a particular rule that you didn't mention, which is why I have this shot again, the infamous Greg Cherry rule.
Yes, that's true. If you guys start answering before time runs out, I will accept your answer. So there you go.
If the buzzer goes off and you're answering, if it's correct, you still counts.
Yes.
Right.
Hopefully there's no controversy, no screw jobs. We have a clean-cut winner. In the event, the unlikely event, we are tied at the end, although knowing how good you guys are, we might have a tie at the end. If there is a tie, we will go into sudden death orbits. And I have a lot of questions for you guys. I think we will be able to crown a definitive winner when this is all said and done.
Anybody else got a whole Zombie Genie thing going with me with the talking head moment here? I'm just noticing that as I look at the screen here. I'm like, Jesus, talking head much? Anyway.
I'm like a honey ho.
All right, anyway.
That's right. Make a ho-ho-ho if you watch Christmas. All right.
All right,
here we
Jeff.
go. There's a shirt. There's some color. Here we go.
All right, so, Jeff, you have no champion's advantage. This is the person who has
this is the way you guys wanted it.
The most correct answers when we are done with all 30 questions, all 10 orbits. So here we go. Jeff, This is orbit number 1, question 1 for you. All right, Jeff. Which wrestler played the fake Mankind in DX's Have a Bad Day skits? 10 seconds, go.
Dennis Knight.
You got it. Dennis Knight, a.k.a.?
Midian, a.k.a. either Schlesinger or Pierce. I forget which one he was in WCW, but yeah.
All right, you got
Naked
it.
Midian, if you want to go there.
No, we do not want to go there.
We don't want to go there at all, especially on a prestigious show like this. Absolutely not.
Right. All right, here we go with question number 2 for Greg. And by the way, I forgot to mention that for this match here, I got questions from past Wrestling Trivia Challenge participants, and I will note when there's a special question from a former contestant. Unless otherwise noted, all the questions are from me. But this one, Greg, your first question here comes from Wade Needham, a.k.a. Tommy McCardle. So this is
Of course, I
question.
get Wade's.
All right, here we go. Here we go, Greg. Which wrestler in WCW had a finishing move known as the 7-year itch? You have 10 seconds. Go.
Kidman.
You got it. Nicely done, Greg.
Shooting Star Press, baby.
I thought that was a pretty difficult question, but you got that one. I'm impressed.
It was with the flock, and he was doing the whole itching gimmick.
It would have been, but we're the champions. So, of course, it's not going to be difficult there. So,
Right. All right, Chris, are you ready for your first question?
Let's do this.
All right, here we go. Who defeated Booker T to win the WCW World Title on the September 25th, 2000 edition of Monday Nitro? 10 seconds, go.
Scott Steiner.
That is incorrect. So now we go to Jeff. Jeff, you have 10 seconds, go.
Kevin Nash.
That is also incorrect.
What?
Now,
I know what it is
we
now.
move on to Greg. Greg, 10 seconds,
I know
go.
what it is too. Shit.
Vince Russo.
That is it. It's Vince Russo. I don't blame you guys for missing it, though, because there were so many title changes. That was September 25th, Long Island, New York, when Russo won the WCW title. So
didn't Nash beat Booker at some point, too?
Yeah, like 2 weeks before that.
There were like 15 title changes in 2000 for the world title alone.
Yeah, so
yeah,
Greg,
one time there was I think twice it happened that there was 2 on one show.
all right.
Nitro, there was 2 on 1 show, yep.
All right, so Greg got that. So now we move on to orbit number 2, and now we're back to Jeff. Here's your first question for orbit number 2. Who was the victim of a Stone Cold Stunner during the 1997 In Your House Ground Zero pay-per-view? 10 seconds, go.
Jim Ross.
That is correct. You got that one, Jeff. It was, in fact, Jim Ross. So I will give you that point, Jeff. And now we move on to
the original good old.
Yes, the original good old. All right. Question number 2 of Orbit 2 for Greg. Which female WWE star went topless at the 1999 Armageddon pay-per-view? 10 seconds, go.
Miss Kitty, a.k.a. the Cat.
You got it. Good job, Greg. All right, so that's a point for Greg.
Give the good Christian boy the naughty question here. What's the matter with you?
Well,
Don't let my wife watch this episode.
Exactly. Well, that was
it.
before you knew her anyways.
That's true.
All right, Chris, here we go. This is your
Doesn't
question.
matter in some cases, trust me. With wives, it's not,
Yeah. All right, Chris, here we go. Who slapped Miss Elizabeth at the 1991 WWF Tuesday in Texas pay-per-view? 10 seconds, go.
I'm going to skip that. I don't.
Oh, wow, you're going to use your skip. I'm pretty sure you guys knew it. Jeff?
Jake the Snake.
Yeah, that's true.
I was thinking that too, but I was like, would they really do that?
He did.
Yeah,
he slapped the hell out of her, too.
All right, so now we go to Chris's skip. So let me go down to Chris's skip. All right, here we go, Chris. This is your skip question. According to WWE, which wrestler was billed from the bottomless pit? You have 10 seconds, go.
The Boogeyman?
You got it. Nicely done,
Yeah,
Chris.
Boogeyman.
It was
Yep.
the Boogeyman. So Chris gets that point, and we are now done with Orbit 2. Chris has used his skip. Jeff and Greg still have their skip questions. So now we move on to Orbit number 3. Jeff, this question is for you. And this question comes from the guy that you shut out, Steve-O. Steve,
Oh, boy.
aka Steve.
Damn
So this
it.
is his question. Okay.
All right.
Who holds the record for the most ECW world title reigns at 5? 10 seconds, go.
Franchise Shane Douglas.
That is incorrect. So now it goes to Greg. Greg, you have 10 seconds, go.
The Sandman.
That is correct.
That is correct.
Greg gets it. Good job, Greg. Greg gets a point. And now we move
And
on.
I suck at original ECW stuff, so
I guess Shane Douglas because it was obvious. I think Greg would have got it if it was Shane Douglas. So
All right,
the
Greg.
Pittsburgh guy.
So we have
Yeah,
questions. We have questions spanning many years in WWE history. This one goes back a bit. All right, Greg. Here we go. Which WWE manager sang the song "Eat Your Heart Out"? Rick Springfield. 10 seconds. Go.
the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart.
You got it. Great song there. Jeff, did you and I sing that when we did our karaoke a few weeks ago?
I don't think we did that one. I think we did the Rougeau Brothers by Jimmy Hart. I believe is what we did
Aw,
there.
bummer.
You know what? You know what's funny with that song? I actually have never heard it, but I downloaded years ago a Real American, and they were talking about that track coming up next
So wait,
Well,
hold
from
on.
the wrestling album.
You have
So,
seriously never heard that song,
believe it or not, no.
and you knew
okay,
the
that's
answer
our
to that.
next task. After
I knew the
episode is
answer.
filmed, we're gonna play that for Greg.
That's fine.
That
That's the
is
goal.
sick. That makes me sick to my stomach.
Well,
I still got it right.
The problem is now it's like with Spotify, the original album is not on Spotify, so a lot of the new people, current people, like not Greg saying Greg's new, but people that are not familiar with the album have not heard that song. So
Right. All right. So
Anyway.
now let's move on here.
I have it on
to-
CD somewhere.
I know you do, Jeff. Anyways, let's move on here before we get too caught up in this Jimmy Hart talk. All right, Chris, this is your next question. Chris is anxiously awaiting his question, so here we
Sorry
go.
about that, Chris.
All right, Chris, here we go. All right. Who did Braun Strowman defeat on the July 25th, 2016 edition of Monday Night Raw? You have 10 seconds, go.
Big Show.
That is incorrect, so now we go to Jeff. Jeff, you have 10 seconds, go.
I can't skip this question, can I?
No, you cannot. Take a guess.
Roman Reigns.
That is incorrect. Greg, 10 seconds, go.
James Ellsworth.
That is correct. You got it. It
Oh.
was James Ellsworth. That was his big career-breaking moment where he...
And where was that episode of Raw?
Was it Pittsburgh?
It was Pittsburgh, yep.
It was Pittsburgh,
I
yep.
I just took a guess there. All right, so that's another point for Greg. All right, let's move on here to orbit number 4. We're far from over, guys. This is not over by a long shot. All right, here we go. Jeff, here we go. Orbit number 4. Who won the New Sensation Award at the 1997 WWE Slammy Awards? 10 seconds, go.
Rocky Maivia.
That is correct. You got it, Jeff. Good job,
The
JM.
Rock, yep.
Steve Austin.
Could be a trick question because some people would think after 96 it would be Ahmed Johnson, but that was the year before he got it. So.
Right, Ahmed Johnson presented it to
Right.
Rocky Maivia, and then
As the
Steve
previous
Austin
winner,
cut
correct,
a promo
yeah.
on him. All right, so
Yeah,
now
pretty much.
we move on to Greg's next question. Greg, are you ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Which WWE personality said the following phrase to Vince McMahon? "You stole my life, my money, my legacy." 10 seconds, go.
Oh, crap. Skip.
Ooh, wow. Wait, Chris, did you know it?
I was just gonna say Paul Heyman if he didn't
It
say
was
anything.
Paul
Correct.
Heyman.
It was Paul.
Oh,
it was
crap.
Paul.
It was his shoe promo.
Yeah, it was
SmackDown.
right before
Yeah.
Survivor
Prior to
Series.
Survivor Series. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, knew that one.
Well, it's okay, Greg, because you're doing all right here. So let's move on to Greg's
Stinky.
skip. All right, Greg, this is your skip question. All right, Greg, which WrestleMania pay-per-view did not feature any male singles matches whatsoever? 10 seconds, go.
WrestleMania 16.
Nice, you got it. I'm guessing Jeff knew that because he was there for that one.
I was there. Yeah, you know.
All right, so Greg gets that one, and now we move on to...
And technically, there wasn't a regular ladies singles match either. It was a cat fight. So,
Right, with wasn't Val Venus the referee?
Yeah,
Terry
it was,
and Val was the ref.
Cat and Terry with Moolah and May at ringside, and it turned a bigger cluster than it sounded on paper.
Yeah, that was a weird WrestleMania, I gotta
It's
say.
very weird, and it was my first, though. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah. All right, here we go, Chris. This is your next question, and this question comes from Michael Armstrong, who was on fairly recently against Jeff. All right, so here we go, Chris. This is your next question from Michael Armstrong. What was the name of the tag team that comprised of Owen Hart and Coco Beware? 10 seconds, go.
High Energy.
That is it. You got it. Nicely done. So now that's another point for Chris.
I have a feeling I'm in trouble score-wise, but I'm not gonna have you reel until it's over.
Oh, I'm not telling you guys what the score is right now. So now we move on to orbit number 5. Jeff, this goes back to you. This question comes from the other Jeffrey, Big Jeffrey. Yep.
Ooh.
All right, this is Big Jeffrey's question for Jeff. Okay. What was the opening match of the 2017 NXT TakeOver San Antonio pay-per-view? 10 seconds, go.
Skip.
Oh, wow. I got you guys to use your skips halfway through this. Nice. All right. So, Greg, did you know the answer to that?
I want to say it was Ty Dillinger against Eric Young.
You're right. You would have gone there.
Ah!
So, Jeff, you guys all wisely used your skips, I have to say. Well, let's see if Jeff gets this answer. So, Jeff, here comes your skip question. Okay. Which wrestler faced a different member of Evolution at 3 consecutive Unforgiven pay-per-view events from 2005 to 2007? You have 10 seconds, go.
John Cena.
That is incorrect. So now it goes to Greg. Greg, you have 10 seconds, go. Guess.
I have no idea. Randy Orton.
He's a member of Evolution.
Yeah.
Could have faced the other 3.
All right, well, wait. All right, here we go. Chris has a shot at this. Chris, you have 10 seconds, go. Guess if you don't know.
Big Show.
That is incorrect. I finally stumped
The
you
first
guys on
stumper.
one. The first stumper. The correct answer was Carlito.
Yeah.
Carlito faced Ric Flair in 2005, Randy Orton in
Remember.
2006. So Randy Orton
And
did not
Triple H.
face Randy Orton, and Triple H in 2007. So it was Carlito. All right,
All I
so
gotta say, right here, guys. All I gotta say.
never give up. Okay, so now let me get back to where we were.
Next orbit.
This is that was the first question of Orbit 5. So now this goes to
Oh, okay.
Greg. Greg, this next one's for you. Okay, here we go, Greg. Who won the 2013 NoDQ.com Superstar of the Year award? 10 seconds, go.
Daniel Bryan.
That is correct. Nicely done. So that's another one for Greg.
Probably would have got that eventually if I had thought. If I had, since he was the first, I would have had the time to go around the orbit. I would have thought about it.
All right, here we go. This next question is for Chris. Here we go, Chris. Who was the number 1 entrant in the 2007 WWE Royal Rumble match? You have 10 seconds, go.
Ric Flair.
You got it. Nicely
Yep,
done.
it was
Very
Nate.
good.
Yep, it was
Ric
Nate.
Flair.
I figured you were going to give Chris it to give everybody a chance before me.
That's right.
These were completely random, my friend.
Sure they were.
All right, so we are done with that orbit. Now we move on to the next orbit. Jeff, this is back to you. Who was the first woman to be eliminated from an Elimination Chamber match? 10 seconds, go.
Andy Rose.
Oh, you remember? I was hoping you would get that wrong just so I could say you already forgot.
Also, the
something
first one eliminated from the Women's Royal Rumble,
that
Which
is
we
true.
covered a couple episodes
which
ago.
we covered on a show not too long ago. Which
Yeah,
is why
I would
remember
have
that.
had to get on your case about that forever if you missed that one, Jeff.
Yeah, number 1 to women's question. Number 2, it's a really recent question.
That is a very recent, like 2 weeks ago recent.
like 2 weeks ago. Yeah,
All right, Greg, this next question is from you. Okay, here we go.
I would have quit right now and walked off if I missed that one. I would have been retired. That's it.
I had to make sure I got a 2018 one in this
Had to.
match.
That's
All right.
it.
All right, here we go, Greg. On the same night that the Acolytes Protection Agency was first formed, which faction made their WWE debut? 10 seconds, go.
The Radicals.
You got it. Nicely done, Greg.
Nicely done.
That was a very eventful Raw. I watched that one not too long ago. That was a really interesting
It's
Raw.
amazing how much they packed into what was still then a 2-hour show. That was ridiculous.
Yep.
Oh,
All right,
yeah.
Chris, here we go. This is your next question. All right, here we go. Which wrestler said the following line on an episode of Raw? You booked me with a clown, a drug addict, a black man that can't even speak the English language. 10 seconds, go.
Triple H.
That is incorrect. So now we go to Jeff. Jeff, you have 10 seconds, go.
Damn it.
Guess if you don't know.
Shawn Michaels.
That is also incorrect. Wow. Greg, 10 seconds, go.
I'm just going to guess Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Holy cow, I stumped you guys again. The correct answer is Jeff Jarrett. This was part of his return
Oh, that promo you posted. Ah.
97.
I did your promo earlier, too.
I posted it. I posted it on my Facebook like 2 or 3
you
weeks
did.
ago when he was announced
Whatever
for the
it
Hall
was.
of Fame. That was Jeff Jarrett, and he was referring to Doink, I believe Scott Hall, and then Ahmed
And Ahmed Johnson. Yep.
All right, so I stumped you guys again. Yay me. I'm stumping the 3 champions. I'm stumping here. I'm impressed with myself. All right. So now we move on to the
From a
next
Horowitz
orbit.
pat on the back there, Rift.
Exactly. Maybe there is a Barry Horowitz question. Never say never.
What?
All right, Jeff, here we go. This next one's for you, next orbit. How many times has WWE held a pay-per-view event in the state of Utah? 10 seconds, go.
Pay-per-view?
Pay-per-view.
0.
You got it. It was, in fact, 0.
Yeah.
There's like
Yeah.
6 or 7 states that have never gotten a WWE pay-per-view, and Oregon's actually only gotten 2, believe it or not.
Utah is definitely the most obvious answer to that question, though.
Yeah,
I think
because
Maine
it's-
would be.
Yeah, Maine hasn't gone one. Vermont hasn't gone one. There's a bunch of them. All right, so now this is the next question for Mr. Cherry. All right, Mr. Cherry. Who did Mark Marrow wrestle in his final match on Monday Night Raw? 10 seconds, go.
Sable?
That is incorrect. So now Chris gets an opportunity. Chris, 10 seconds, go.
Gilbert.
Yeah, I'll give that to you. Gilbert / Dwayne Gill. Same thing.
Yep, same guy.
I'll give that one to you. All right, so that's a point for Chris. And now we move on.
And now it's Chris's turn. So.
Yeah. In that storyline, Mark Marrow said he would quit if he lost.
Yeah, if I can't beat this jobber, I'll just leave.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
he left.
Match because he had
and
a
we're all
match
the better for it.
Right.
He actually had a match at the Capital Punishment pay-per-view in England a couple days later.
Yeah, that was actually Marrow's final match, but I said the specific question was his final match on Raw, so you got it. Very nicely done, Chris. All right,
Yes,
Chris.
the Capital Carnage with the infamous Jacqueline scenario.
Another topless thing. All right, Chris, here we go. This next question is for you.
Show.
Yeah, a lot of topless talk on the show. Maybe we're going to get flagged by YouTube. Hopefully not. All right, Chris, here we go. This is a fun, squeaky clean show, so it's very family friendly. We're all dressed up. We're very properly dressed here. All right, Chris, here we go. All right, pay attention to this one. Even if you don't know it, you might be able to make a good educated guess. All right, here we go. Which WrestleMania had a reported attendance of 54,097? 10 seconds, go.
19.
You got it.
Yep.
You got it. Safeco Field, because it's a
It's
ballpark.
literally on my Roku, paused right now.
Yeah, because it's in a ballpark, so it had a little bit smaller than the 65, 70,000.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking like because I go to Blue Jays games sometimes, and there was 2 WrestleManias there,
Yep.
and it's about the same size, same event. Even though they said like Skydome held like 68,000, which is false.
Right.
Totally false.
All right, here we go. This is the next orbit. All right, here we go. Jeff, this question comes from Greg's buddy, Travis.
Yeah, same. I love you, brother.
All right, here we go. Here we go, Jeff. What is the only closing match in WrestleMania history where none of the participants would ever win the WWE World Title? 10 seconds, go.
WrestleMania 1.
That is incorrect.
No, wait.
Hogan.
Hogan.
No. Okay. Read the question again.
I said, what is the only closing match in WrestleMania history where none of the participants would ever win the WWE World Title?
Oh, all right. I misunderstood the question. That's okay.
All right, Greg, you have 10 seconds, go.
WrestleMania 11. Bam Bam Bigelow, Lawrence Taylor.
That is correct. Greg got it. All right.
Thank you, Sam.
I thought you meant the title that wouldn't be won in the match itself, but that's okay. I'll let it go.
All right. Here we go with the next question for Greg. What type of match did Pat Patterson and Gerald Briscoe have at the 2000 King of the Ring pay-per-view? And I need the entire name of it for you to get the point. 10 seconds, go.
Can't remember the exact name, but I think it was like a hardcore evening gown match or something like that.
You got it. That's what I needed.
For the hardcore
evening
title, yeah.
gown. All right, you got it, Greg. All right,
Yeah.
so that's another point for Greg. And now we move on here to the next question.
This is more hardcore pay-per-view than a hardcore title match with Pat Patterson in a dress.
All right, here we go. Chris.
I'm going to my phone because it's about to die, but all right, we're good.
All right, yeah, hopefully everything's okay there on Craig's end. He might get counted out here. That one.
Count him out.
All right, Chris, here we go. Next question for you. Okay. According to Spotify, the song Done With That is a remix for which current WWE tag team? 10 seconds, go.
The Usos.
You got it.
Yeah.
Nicely
Oh,
done.
Wow.
Good job.
Pulled
Wait,
that one out.
Ooh, songs.
that was just a guess?
Yeah, that was a complete guess.
All right, well,
Yep,
you
I
got
knew.
it. You got it, my friend. Good job.
Teach you something, kids. Always guess, because you never know.
All right, here we go. Next orbit, Jeff, here we go. Never give up. All right, here we go. What was the original name of what would eventually become the WWF/WWE magazine? 10 seconds, go.
Victory Magazine.
You got it. Nicely done, Jeff. That's a point for good old JM Jeff Beecham. And
Had to
now-
be an old one, but I'll take it.
And Greg, this next one's for you. All right, Greg. Which city hosted the 1991 WWE SummerSlam pay-per-view? 10 seconds, go. Guess if you don't know.
Los Angeles.
That is incorrect. So, Chris, you have 10 seconds, go. Chris?
We lose Chris?
Chris, you there?
We lost
Is my
Chris.
hello?
All right, Chris, I'm going
There
to...
he
Yeah,
is.
hold
There
on.
he
Is that
is.
thing
All right.
working? I didn't hear the question.
I'm going to
Start
repeat the
over.
question. Chris, can you hear me? Wait a minute.
Oh, we lost him again.
Oh, I'm here.
All right, Chris, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to repeat the question for you. Here we go. Which city hosted the 1991 WWE SummerSlam pay-per-view? 10 seconds, go.
New York.
You got it. New York City, Madison Square
I
Garden.
got that one,
I
too.
got the wrong one.
I'm shocked you missed that one, Chris, or Greg.
Greg. WrestleMania was in LA that year. SummerSlam went back to the Garden.
Yeah, he was close.
Yeah, I knew WrestleMania was in LA. I just blanked.
It just blank. No worries. It happens.
All right, here we
Happened
go.
to me a lot today, apparently.
Chris, this one's for you, this next question. This one comes from...
Daniel.
a very controversial figure in No DQ, though, Mr. Virtue.
Oh boy.
Yes, this is from Virtue. All right, here we go.
The original loser on the show.
Snippity snap. All right,
Boom. Okay, I feel
boom
better.
shakalaka. All right, Chris, here we
That's
go.
it.
Which current WWE star went by the name Heidi Lovelace prior to joining the company? 10 seconds, go.
Ruby Riot.
Yep.
Nice job. Good one, Chris.
I knew that one.
I did too.
Oh wow, I would
I
have
knew
never.
this.
I would have never guessed that. I would have flunked that one for sure.
Because you haven't followed any indie wrestling since Gorilla 2007, brother.
Oh.
Thanks for calling me out, Jeff.
Of course.
All right, here we go. Jeff.
I'm in a pissy mood now. I'm losing here. I'm
right.
mad now.
That's close. It's close. All right, here we go, Jeff.
All right.
All right, this one's for you. What was the name of MVP's faction in Impact Wrestling / TNA? 10 seconds, go.
Oh God. I know the answer to this question.
Yes.
I can't. It's not even happening.
All right, time out. All right. Greg, you have 10 seconds, go.
I don't think this is right, but I was going to say the Beatdown Clan.
You got it. That was the name of it. The
Oh, I
Beatdown
thought-
Clan.
It was BDC. I
The
couldn't think of
BDC
what it was called.
Beatdown Clan. Yes, it was.
Oh,
All right, so now we move on to Greg. Or not, yeah, Greg. Here we go.
yeah, back to Greg. Yep.
Back to Greg. All right. Prior to CM Punk using the theme song This Fire Burns in 2006, which top WWE star used the theme song for a brief period of time earlier in the year? 10 seconds, go.
Earlier in the year, Randy Orton.
You got it. It was Randy Orton. Good job, Greg.
Remember his match against Super Crazy where it came out with it. I was like, wow, that theme is terrible for him.
Right. All right, here we go, Chris. This is for you. This one comes from Bobby, who was recently on Wrestling Trivia Challenge not too long ago. All right, Chris. Chris, here we go. 2 people held the European title for roughly 1 day. Who were they? I need both of them. 10 seconds, go.
William Regal and Crash Holly.
That is incorrect. So now Jeff has an opportunity for this one. Jeff, you have 10 seconds, go.
William Regal and Jeff Jarrett.
That is incorrect. Greg, you now have 10 seconds to try and get this. Go.
William Regal and Mark Henry.
That is also wrong. It was not William Regal, guys. It was
It was
Jeff
Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett
Yeah.
and Chris Jericho.
Oh,
that's
Jericho
right.
for Mania
WrestleMania,
6.
I was
I can't believe Jeff missed that one, too.
I was at that Raw too, isn't that awful?
All right, so we are done with all 10 orbits, guys, so let me go over the results. All right, so coming in fourth place was me. I stumped 3 of you guys, which isn't too shabby, 3 out of 30 questions, that's what, 10%? 10% I stumped you guys on. Coming in third place is the champion, good old JM Jeff Meacham with 6 points.
Oh,
The runner-up.
I only got 6 right, really?
You got 6. The runner-up was Chris with 8 points. And the winner with 13 points. They were not
magic
unlucky.
number.
Lucky 13 this time. The winner and new Wrestling Trivia Champion, the PA sensation, Gregory Cherry. Now, I want to talk to all 3 of you. Let's start with the champion, Greg. Your thoughts on becoming the new champion?
man, I had to freaking earn it today. These 2 are incredible. These 2, I'm not going to go all cocky. I'm because I did that at the end of season 1 and it bit me in the ass. These 2 guys, like, I knew I had to know my stuff against. So props to Jeff for being the great champion that he is. Props to Chris for providing fantastic matches with Jeff. Props to both of you. Lots of love for both of you. And I can't believe it. So I'm honestly shocked.
I know, what a match. Now, Chris, I want to talk to you for a second here. So you came into this match, you took on these 2 challengers, and you came in second. How are you feeling right now?
I figure that, like, around the no DQ world, I was kind of the odd man out going into this. I mean, some things didn't go my way in the way the orbits orbited around the sun, but I have no excuses, and Greg really earned it.
All right, and now let's talk to the man who has carried Wrestling Trivia Challenge on his back for 3 seasons. Jeff Meacham has lost the title. Jeff, with all things considered, you stepped up to the challenge. It was 3 people in this match, the first ever triple threat match for the championship. Big props to you for accepting the challenge. How you feeling?
Didn't have much of a choice, did I? I'm not going to say a whole lot because I like Greg said, cockiness only bites you in the ass in the long run. I will say, though, that it's been an interesting 3 seasons, back and forth with the title, back and forth without the title. And regardless of the show's future, I don't know what your plans are for going forward, Aaron, with Greg as the champion now, but I'd like to take this opportunity right now to officially announce my retirement as wrestling trivia contestant.
Whoa.
I am. I've had a great 4 reigns as champion. I'm honestly my blood pressure's through the roof because of this show.
I
So
bet.
I need to take a step back. However, I know I say this all the time on social media, but I'm going to do my damnedest to bring this show back to prominence on my channel as well as the NoDQ channel if they'll have me back, and do that and kind of do my own thing again, because the trivia thing kind of happened all of a sudden with me and Virtue going one-on-one, and here I am at the end of 3 seasons, with far less hair than I had going in, far more stress than I had going in. So I'm going to walk away. Greg, congratulations. You are once again undisputed. You are the man. And since you're champion, I can't challenge you anyway. So there's no real, and I know beyond knowing that you're going to go through this entire 4th season if it happens as the undisputed champion. You're going to go through everybody because that's what Greg Sherry does. To Chris, you still remain probably the greatest contender one-on-one with me, and I think everybody can agree with that in this room. You beat me straight up, and then I beat you straight up, and then we had the unbelievable match of matches for the tiebreaker and everything. Aaron, thank you for the opportunity, and to Virtue, sorry for that shot I took at you earlier. It was there. I had to take it. Thank you all very much for watching Wrestling Trivia Challenge the last 3 seasons with me, and here's to the rest of the title's history and the show's history.
Man, what a speech there, Jeff. I mean, you definitely were a major part of the show, but, nothing lasts forever, and this is the end of an era, but perhaps the beginning of a new one with Greg as the champion. We could have the potential for some new matchups, some new opponents. I know a lot of people want a shot at the title, and we have some people that have never faced Greg before that would like a shot at the title.
And I know for
somebody
a fact
other than
that,
Jeff?
right, yeah.
I've only faced Jeff, and Chris today, but I've
Yeah.
only faced Jeff one-on-one. So it'll be nice to see some new faces challenge me, and maybe I'll get a chance to have a title retention. You never
And
know.
I will say 2 things to Greg. Again, I'll show the towel. That's the way it is. But also, Aaron, with me out of the picture on camera, I'll be more than happy to step in behind the scenes and help you with questions, because Lord knows 200
Yeah.
questions a season is a pain in the butt.
Absolutely. Greg knows because Greg was doing the hosting for most of the season. It's a
Yep.
tougher job than it might seem coming up with those questions. It's very time
People,
consuming.
people rag on the writers of WWE currently and how lame the shows are. It's like, no, you don't understand how much goes into producing and organizing and just writing these shows, writing these questions. It's a full-time situation.
It is. I spent several days writing all the questions, and I didn't even use them all. There's like 75, 100 questions I didn't even use for this season.
I know
There you
exactly what you're talking about. Like, I'm hosting a wrestling trivia here at the end of March, and I'm
Good
just
see-
like trying to go through stuff, and I'm just like, oh wow, like, because we have a category where you have to watch like a match, and then you have to answer 20 questions on it. I'm like, how do I come up with 20 questions on one match?
Well, maybe you can have some help from the circle here, or from the what do you
Yeah.
want to call it, the orbit here. Maybe we can watch
Yeah.
that same match and help you out here. By all means, I'm willing to do anything as long as I'm not in front of the camera, going through the roof with my stress.
All right, guys, so that'll wrap it up for Season 3 of Wrestling Trivia Challenge. Leave us some feedback. Let us know what you thought about the video. Give us some ideas, some things you would like to see in the future. And that will do it for Season 3 of Wrestling Trivia Challenge.